Curry at the 1.
Curry. Okay.
Kobe at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Say it.
Jordan at the 3. Tim Duncan at the 4.
Okay.
And me at the 5.
I mean, God.
That's a relief.
I don't know how your guy's going to edit it, right? But let's just say I did that to somebody that didn't like us, and then they'll lead it off with Shaq excludes LeBron, right? And like it causes unnecessary beef.
It's already done.
When one of the most dominant players in NBA history reveals his all-time starting 5, and LeBron James isn't on the list, that's not just a hot take, that's a full-blown basketball earthquake. Shaquille O'Neal just sent shockwaves through the basketball world by publicly excluding LeBron James from his personal all-time top 5. No subtlety, no hesitation, just a flat-out omission of a man often called the greatest of this generation. Within minutes, the internet went wild, Twitter exploded, fans started campaigns, podcasts lit up, and even major analysts stepped in to defend LeBron's honor. But what if this snub wasn't about hate at all? To understand the full story behind Shaq's decision and why it triggered such a furious reaction, we have to dive into the psychology of legacy, the power of perspective, and the one uncomfortable truth most LeBron fans refuse to hear. And to see how deep this debate really goes, we have to go back to the day Shaq dropped his list like a bomb on live television, the list that shook the league. Let's start with what Shaq actually said. On a recent podcast, Shaquille O'Neal was asked the classic question, who makes his all-time starting 5? His answer, Steph Curry at the 1, Kobe Bryant at the 2, Michael Jordan at the 3, Tim Duncan at the 4, and of course, himself at the 5. No hesitation, no honorable mentions, no tied for 5th cop-out. And just like that, LeBron James was left on the bench. But this wasn't just any omission. It came from one of the most respected big men in basketball history. A man who has played with legends, won championships, and lived through the evolution of the NBA firsthand. And the part that stung fans the most? Shaq didn't even bring LeBron up. That silence? It was louder than words. But before we dive into why Shaq made this list, we need to look at how quickly the sports world reacted, and how this one moment reignited a debate that's never really gone away. The Fan Meltdown. Shaq's list went viral within minutes. Basketball Twitter was in shambles. Sports shows ran emergency segments. Hashtags like LeBron snubbed started trending. For many fans, this felt like more than just an opinion. It felt personal. How could a 4-time champion, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and arguably the most physically gifted player of all time, be left off a list made by someone who's been on the court with him? Stephen A. Smith stepped in with a key reminder. Being considered the second greatest player of all time is still greatness. But for some reason, that logic didn't land. LeBron fans weren't having it, because in today's sports culture, second place isn't just second place, it's seen as failure. And if someone dares to suggest LeBron isn't number 1, it's treated like betrayal. But the real issue here isn't the ranking, it's about something deeper. Something LeBron's entire legacy has battled since day 1. And that's where this next part gets interesting. The numbers don't lie, or do they? Shannon Sharpe, a vocal LeBron supporter, quickly fired back. He broke down the numbers. By the time LeBron took his 24,537th shot, he had already scored over 33,000 points. That's more than 1,600 points, more than what Michael Jordan had in his entire career. He's top 5 in assists, top 10 in rebounds, 4-time MVP, 4-time Finals MVP, all-time scoring leader. To Shannon, the debate should be over. If greatness is measured by stats, LeBron's case is airtight. But here's the twist. The debate isn't just about stats. Shaq knows the numbers. He's not blind to LeBron's achievements. So the question becomes, what is Shaq valuing more than all those numbers? The answer lies in something stats can't measure. And that's what we're breaking down next. The intangible factor. Shaq's list tells a different story. A story built on dominance, mentality, and intangibles. Think about the players he chose. Steph Curry, the game changer who rewired the league with his shooting. Kobe Bryant, the embodiment of obsession and the Mamba mentality. Jordan, the ultimate competitor with 6 rings and 0 finals losses. Tim Duncan, the most stable and consistent winner of his generation. And himself, Shaq, the most physically dominant center to ever play. There's a common thread here. All of these players didn't just put up numbers, they reshaped the culture of basketball. And that may be where LeBron falls short in Shaq's eyes. He's a stats machine, a genius on the court. But for Shaq, greatness might come down to how you leave your mark. And this leads to the most controversial theory about why Shaq left LeBron off. Is it about the killer instinct? This is the debate that never goes away. Does LeBron have the killer instinct that players like Jordan and Kobe had? Shaq has never come out and directly said LeBron lacks it, but if you read between the lines, his list might be saying it for him. Shaq played with Kobe. He saw firsthand what it looked like to have someone who lived, breathed, and slept winning. Someone who'd rather miss a shot than pass it in crunch time. With Jordan, it was even more extreme. Jordan would create enemies just to psych himself into destroying them. Tim Duncan did it silently, but no less deadly. To Shaq, maybe greatness isn't just about being the best player, it's about being the most feared. And no matter how great LeBron is, he's never been feared in the same way as MJ or Kobe. But this opens up a new question, and it's one the GOAT debate can't avoid. What defines greatness, dominance, or longevity? This is where the real debate lives. LeBron has played longer than anyone at an elite level. He's gone to 10 finals, been an all-star 20 times. He's played more seasons at the top than almost anyone. But Jordan? 6 finals, 6 wins, 6 finals MVPs, no Game 7s, no losses. His career was shorter, but every moment burned bright. So here's the dilemma. Do we reward the player who showed up longer or the one who dominated harder? Shaq clearly chose the latter. He didn't care about the 21 years. He cared about the ones who owned the moment. And in his view, LeBron didn't do that at the level Jordan, Kobe, or Duncan did. This is the uncomfortable part of the debate, but it's also what makes it so addictive. And now that we've gone this far, we have to ask, does this snub hurt LeBron's legacy? Legacy versus lists. In the end, Shaq's list isn't gospel. It's one man's opinion, shaped by battles, locker rooms, and championship moments. But it matters because it proves something important. LeBron's legacy is still being written, not in stats, but in hearts and minds. And not everyone sees the same story. Some see a king, others see a contender who never fully seized the throne. Shaq made his call. Now it's your turn. Who's in your all-time starting 5? Does LeBron make the cut? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more real basketball talk, and we'll catch you next time. Because the GOAT debate, it's just getting started.